Land Use Association General Manager Karl Stevens here with Public Works. Construction Manager Bill Campbell. And Bill, today we're talking about roads, repaving, a big project we have coming up, about $1.7 million we're spending this year. So I wanted Bill to kind of walk us through what we're looking at and what we're trying to fix.
Okay, this is a good example here, one of the roads that we're going to be paving. You can see where the base material is showing through the wear asphalt. It's basically creating a pothole, and we'll do that eventually if we don't do something here. This is a good example of what they call edge cracking, where the edge is sunk and it cracks off in shelves. So that's another example, and of course you're creating a pothole out here also. This is what they call a little bit of alligator cracking and reflective cracking here. This is the most common issues we have with the roads in here, is this type of surface here. This is a road that has been patched, and as you can see, the patch, the depression is sunk, and now it's become a problem, and it's pulling the roadway around it in with it. So that needs to be replaced. This is a good example of root intrusion, where the roots are traveling underneath the curbing and they're looking for water, and what they do is they create humps in the road, and I'm sure everybody's ridden over a root intrusion in the road. This is an area where it has trees on both sides of the curbing, so it's getting a double dose of the root intrusions and those kinds of things that happen in between those two curb inlets.
Well, one thing I know we've talked about and really focused the last few years is our gutters, our curbing system. Tell me why that's so important.
Well, there's a lot of components that go into paving a road. We've learned over the years that we got to look at our drainage system if it crosses underneath the road. Our curb and gutter system is one of our most important systems, because it takes the water off the roads and puts it in the outfalls. So the worst enemy we have in here on asphalt is water. That's our main problem. This is an example here of development. Years ago, they used to do this, what they call a curb accent, where they tried to get the water to come around, and you can see a concrete swale here, and they're trying to get the water to go that way, and the asphalt was just sunk there. So we're going to straighten that out and put in a more conventional swale through there. So that was it.
There's that water you're talking about.
There's the water. Water's going to find its lowest point. This is the beginning. This is a depression that's made by water sitting and vehicles going over the top of it, and eventually it will turn into a pothole. And unfortunately here you can see where it's actually pulling some of the other asphalt with it, so that's going to be a pretty big issue there. Again, this is a little bit of asphalt cracking again, a little bit of reflective cracking going on here. It's a combination of different things. You can see the water from this irrigation system comes down there, and it's sitting in this area.
You can see the water just finding all the cracks.
And when it does that, what happens is the water seeps through that asphalt. It starts emulsifying the base, which that's what creates the softness. That's what creates the depressions, and that's what causes the potholes.
Now let's talk about the main gate entrance and exit, because we did just do this a few years ago, yes. But why are we having to go through and repave
Okay,
this
our
again?
specifications that we've used in the past was basically pretty simple. You mill 2 inches off and you pave 2 inches back. This up here at the main gate is solely due to wear, and it just worn out the 2 inches that are on there. Again, water will sit in these depressions, and eventually it will deteriorate the asphalt. So what we're doing this time is that we're going to go in with, we changed the specification a little bit after talking to engineers and contractors. We're going to put in about 6 inches of asphalt.
Instead of 2 inches?
Instead of 2 inches. We're going to put in what they call a 12-5 mix, which has larger aggregates, more like a base material. And then on top of that, we're going to put our regular 9-5, which is what we do, pretty standard throughout the community.
So you think that's going to help take care of this wear, this premature wear that we're having?
We did this, if you remember some years ago, we did this on the loop going north, where it was a lot of pivoting, a lot of activity going on there. We did it there, and it's held up real well. We haven't had any problems back on that loop. We think this is a solution at this point, and hopefully this will get us down to 5, 6, 7 years.
Okay, so that's coming up in February. We picked February for the main gate because we do have to shut it down for about a week, and that's our least amount of traffic. So weather permitting, about a week on that, and we will definitely have a lot of communications, detours, and that kind of stuff to help people get ready for that. So thanks a lot for showing us why we're spending the money.
All right.
Thanks.